Hey Joe, this is Ben, General Sales Manager at Coastal Chevrolet Cadillac and Coastal Nissan. Just wanted to send you a quick video of the 2018 Camaro ZL1 that we have here at the dealership, and it is a super sharp car. I love this black color. So this is so almost like triple black. You know, you've got black exterior, black interior, and they're not technically black wheels, but these are like super sharp. So I just want to show you the lights there, and I'm going to get behind it and we will do a remote start. Now in the video it may look like the lights are flickering, but they're not. It's just the video settings, so no worries there. But just keep walking around this car. I told you on the phone I had a 19 ZL1, but this black, mine was silver, it was a convertible, but this black coupe is just, it's something else. It is super sharp. So anyway, I'm going to remote start it, and you can listen to the startup. All right, so you notice the change in pitch. That is actually the variable exhaust. So let's we'll walk around. You got the sunroof up there. So very clean on the interior. It's a little dark, so I apologize. The video is probably a little dark. Red seat belts. That's characteristic of the ZL1. You've got this microfiber suede throughout the car and all your touch points, including the steering wheel and your shift knob there. And if I open the sunroof up, it actually might get us a little bit more light in here. These are pretty deeply tinted windows already, so you get your heads-up display. Let me change. There we go. I'm brighten it up a little bit. All right, so let's get in it. Got memory seats, power windows, power locks, Bose audio. Ugh. Push button start. All right, so 35,343 miles on it. I don't know if you can really see, you might be able to see in the video. Got the heads-up display. Of course, that you can change. There you go. Yeah, you should be able to see that in the video. So you can kind of change, cycle through different visible notifications there. So if you notice that T in the lower right, if you had a late model Camaro, you're probably familiar, but that will change when we go to sport. And that's track. All right, so it's kind of probably hard to hear the exhaust note from where we're at, but I want to show you a couple cool things that a lot of people don't know about Camaro, and it's also a feature from Corvette as well. Let me see if I can slow this down a little bit. There we go. So it has navigation, has backup camera, and this display works really well. So this is something I loved in mine, is that it's actually tilted down a little bit, so it helps block with glare, because you notice you don't have like a edge around it, so that really helps cut out glare on your screen. So just small things like that. PDR is super cool. So this is a performance data recorder, and you can actually record with the front camera of your driving session. So and you can overlay it with different things. So you have no overlay. You can have sport, track, or performance. I think track is actually, let's check out performance timing. I think track is the one I used to always be on. All right, so you start a recording, and it takes it a second for it because it wants you to read the, maybe exit here. My depth perception is, oh, you know what, I'm sorry. Yeah, we have to go in and stop it, and then we can go back and look at it. So there we go. So now you can see you've got your throttle here, your speed, your 0 to 60, 0 to 100 times. This shows you how much throttle was being used at that particular moment. This, I think I said this was throttle. This is RPM, but this is how much throttle. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. These are actually previously recorded sessions in here. And just so you know, what I did was I actually went through and looked at those. I think the previous owner just like kind of cruised around town and recorded stuff from time to time, but there's like no crazy driving in those recordings, which is pretty cool. So I don't see evidence that this car is beat up or anything like that. Projection, that's your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. You can change your lighting. So you can see we've got the red accent lighting. So anyway, so yeah, that's kind of cool. So we can change it to green, so you can see it kind of fades. We can change it to blue, so the lighting here and the pipe lighting over there on the door. So anyway, neat touches. Ventilated seats, heated seats, automatic temperature control, obviously. Both driver and passenger. This is what controls it. I mean, again, I don't know what year Camaro you had, but a lot of this carries over from that. But yeah, so one thing I did want to show you was, oh hey, heated steering wheel. One thing I did want to show you is, so you know about track mode, I'm sure, right? Sport and track mode. So you change this toggle and you can go from track to sport to track. I think I said track, I meant touring, to sport, to track, and then to snow ice, okay? But there's this cool secret little feature. When you turn off the traction control button and you actually press it twice, I'm sorry, you have to be in sport or track mode. It's going to put a track mode, okay? When you're in one of those two modes, you can hit the traction control button twice, and this will enter performance traction mode. So you can see that we've got wet, dry, sport 1, sport 2, and race. And now using the mode, we can cycle between the different performance traction modes. And this is super cool. This is what enables launch control. So you have to be in this mode to effectively use launch control. And every time you go down one mode or further down the mode, it turns off more and more safeties, if you will, or computer systems, okay? So wet's like the safest one to use. Dry or sport 1 are kind of like the modes that I would suggest if we're going to do, you know, quote unquote, be on the track, right? And then to exit that mode, you just would simply hit that, okay? And I think as well, let's see, there's also, if memory serves, there's also line lock, which line lock is, it locks your front brakes, excuse me, and allows your rear wheels to spin, so you can warm up your tires if you are on the track. And also shows you, pretty cool, your tire temperatures. Electronic limited slip differential. And I think if memory serves, you can also set what speed. All right, so we actually have launch control disabled. I'm not going to actually do a launch. I just have to remember how to change some of these settings. Oh, and it's because I'm not in the performance traction mode. So let's go and do that now, okay? So now, see, we can change launch control settings. All right, so now, there we go. So you can see, you can set the computer to what engine RPM you want it to hold and what, how much slip you would allow. So that's pretty neat. That is really cool, in my opinion, okay? All right, line lock. So you can change launch RPM, right? You can change your slip target. I'm not super familiar with the advantage of lowering or increasing that, but line lock is really cool. We're not going to actually do line lock because I don't remember how to exit line lock, and I'm not going to do a burnout in the parking lot. But you can see fully apply brakes to lock the front wheels. So I just have them lightly pressed, but you know, so it shows you how hard you're pressing it, and then to cancel, press the following button combination. But that's a really cool feature. Lots of toys to play with. So we can do this. Where is select? I gotta use two hands, hold on. Okay, so now we've exited that mode. All right. So, yeah, that's lots of cool stuff. That makes it a lot of fun, okay? All right, I know I've kind of rambled on, but I get really excited about this car. We've got a power sunroof. Let's open the hood, and then we'll shut this car off. Let's see. I can't see in here because it's sitting. All right. Here we go. Tell you what, getting in that car makes me wish that I had one again. So, under the hood here, again, you know, the previous owners, I mean, I wasn't there every second that he owned it, but this is pretty is pretty stock, right? So there's no modifications to the engine that I can see. You do have an aftermarket cold air intake. Now, RotoFab is like the brand that I've always known that you know, is the preferred brand for the intake on these Camaros. So I feel good about that, that the person that did it like knew what they were doing with that part. So yeah. Anyways, so Camaro ZL1, 2018, 30-something thousand miles. This is a great example of a super sharp car. Please let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, anything else you'd like to see about it.